Hello, this is Mike with Miller Marine Products. I'd like to shoot a video here and show my rail system. It's one of our newest products. It's been real successful and I get a lot of questions on it, and I just like to go over the design and how the rail system works. To start with, the rail system was made primarily so that you could have a full adjustment throughout the length of the rail for your rod holders. So I built these aluminum rod mounts. They're clear anodized. They're machined from 1-inch 6061 T6 aluminum. And this bolt pattern here will fit Scotty, Fish-On, Fulby, any of these different rod holder mounts. They all use a pretty universal bolt pattern. So you bolt your rod holder on here, and then you can adjust your rod holder up and down the rail. You can see how easy that slides. It takes very little pressure to lock down. And the reason that is that it's got a little stainless steel brake shoe inside. And I'll show you how that works. Let me take this all the way off the rail. You can see the little clip in here, and this clip is what keeps it from marring up the rail, and it also acts as a brake shoe in that it spreads the exerts the force over a larger area, and that's why it locks down so easily. You can see it just slides real nice and easy there, and then takes very little pressure, and it's locked solid. So that's the design of the of your adjustment for rod holders. Now, this is our newest holder, and this is our accessory mount, or part 1022. By the way, this is part 1020E. The E is for extreme duty. So this accessory mount will hold any of my different accessories onto the rail. Most of the stuff that I make mounts 3 different ways. So to start with, let's go back to the rail, and I wanted to show you what an end profile of that rail looks like. So it's 1 inch wide, it's a 1/2 inch thick, and then it varies in length. You can order pre-drilled lengths anywhere from 1 foot to 8 foot from MillerMarineProducts.com. I have a 4-footer out here and I have a 6-footer out here. Basically what I do is I drill my first holes 1/2 inch from each end, and then 1 foot centers on the rest of the rails. So you can see when you order a 4-footer, this is what you're getting. If you order the pre-drilled, I will sell it without drilling it, so it can either be welded on or you may want to drill your own holes. That's up to you. Here's a 6-footer. So we have the sliding rail system, and then we didn't quit there. We decided to make, I decided to make an accessory system. So rather than just being a rod holder system, it's also an accessory system. And so, for example, here's a couple of my cup holders, and I'm just showing 2 different colors and 2 different styles, but they just slide on and off of here like this. Okay. Now, I've also got many other accessories that hold a lot of different products. And so what I've done is I went ahead and just mocked up a piece here. This is harder to show in the boat and film, so I found it easier just to do it like this. So here's one of my scent holders, and you can see it's got the mounting system here in the back, and I've already adjusted this for width. And so it slides on there just like that, okay, and will remove real easily. Now that scent holder, it'll hold bottles of scent. You can see here it holds oval or round bottles of scent. You can put a couple of pairs of pliers or scissors on each end of that. It's set up for a couple of knives here in the back. So that's how that would sit, okay. Now this is available as a scent holder as you see it. It's also available as with a leader holder on the bottom, and we have a double leader holder now available as well. You can find all that stuff on the website. So here's the example of a double in white, since they're available in white or black, and that will slide on like this. Because of my mock-up, I can't slide it quite all the way down, but you get the picture of what we're doing here. Now, the other thing about this is if you don't have the rail system and you want some of these accessories, I have these other mounts. I call this a hard mount, and it's my part 1010M. And the way that works is that slides in here, just like your dovetails here. Those will slide like that, and these can be slid off of it. Then this mount just takes 2 screws. You can mount this in the boat. Now the other thing about most of my accessories is you'll see I have mounting holes on most everything, so it can just be mounted to the boat. So most of my accessories can be mounted in 3 different ways. So here's some more examples. Here's a knife holder. This one will sheath a 9-inch knife. You can see how it sheaths the blade. Here's the knife slots in the top. And on these knife slots, they're not machined all the way through, so when you push your knife through, it's going to fit tight on that blade. And you can see how that slides right on there, and will hold that just like this right on your rail system. And like the other stuff, it can be mounted solid, or you can go with a hard mount and put the hard mount in the boat, and this will slide in there. So any of those different methods you can use on most of my products. This is a new product. I'll make this in 2 different styles, 2 different sizes. We may eventually make one with more rod holder on it. But what this is this is my rod holder. It's a vertical rod holder, and your rods come in and they go around this way, and that locks them into place. The T-knobs are for taking your line just above your weight and wrapping around them. What we've recently added to this model is these 3 horizontal grooves on the 3 position, where you can lay rods this way in the boat while you're traveling on the trailer, and that'll lock your rods. You take your elastic band after you put your rod tips in there, and we stretch that band over there, and it's got your rods locked down for traveling on the trailer. Make that in a 4 position and a 3 position at this time. That's about it for now. I appreciate you listening, and one more thing before I go is that if you're wanting to mount your sliding rod system, they can be mounted horizontal like this, but the only thing you'll be able to use it for is the rod holders. The accessories do have to mount on a vertical plane, but you can put a sliding rod holder system on top like this, and this adjusts just fine that way. Thanks a lot.